my name is Faith and I am a Survivor faithful, and today I'm going to be talking about Survivor Season 48, Episode 7. If you haven't watched this past episode, I would not continue the video as I will be discussing spoilers. The episode starts with everybody getting back from Tribal Council, and I just have to say I felt so bad for Mitch in this moment because he lost his biggest ally and now he has a huge target on his back. Mitch was so down in that moment, and I hope that things turn around for him because I want to see him last long in this game. The second thing that we saw in this scene that made me gasp is when Cedric asked who wrote his name down. I literally said the same thing in my last video. I was so confused and shocked when I saw Cedric's name and then we found out it was Say. It cracked me up that Cedric clocked that it was a woman's handwriting. He even speculated that it was Say, but had mentioned that he's seen her handwriting before and they didn't match. And then of course we see Say's confessional where she admits that she purposely used a different handwriting to throw him off. The fact that she did that and voted for him just out of vengeance is so petty. We then find out that tonight is going to be a double elimination, and the first person voted off will not make the jury. I feel like they've done this every season in the new era, but somehow I always forget that this is going to happen. Moving on to the challenge, there's so much to cover from it, and I feel like it was the highlight of the episode, honestly. I'm not super mad about it because it was really entertaining. I will say last week they aired the challenge for such a long time and it was kind of boring. But this week was so entertaining. I love the smack talk. I love the music that everybody was imitating. And it cracked me up that they did the Apply to Be on Survivor commercial mid-challenge with Kyle and Jeff. To me, it just showed that the people that are on this season truly are fans of Survivor, which just makes it really fun. I also thought it was really neat how Jeff shouted out Gabler and that he held the previous record for this challenge of 38 minutes, which is such a long time. This was also the challenge that Gabler was throwing out random shout outs the whole time. I felt like that past scene was really memorable, so I like that they brought it up. It was amazing to see that they broke the record for this challenge. And I can't believe that they were doing it one-handed a lot of the time. We end the challenge with a showdown between Joe and David. It was really neat to see Joe reel in the rope whenever David brought up his family and how they motivate him. Overall, it was just really special to see the respect and sportsmanship between the two of them. Then we get to the strategizing before Tribal Council. As we saw from the challenge, the tribe got split into two, so there's gonna be two separate votings. On this end, I couldn't believe that Kyle was debating if he should turn his back on Shaheen. I feel like they just had such a good bond, but Kyle brings up a really good point that he did go through my bag earlier, so can I really trust him? And then on this end of it, we see that Chrissy's debating on voting out Mitch. And I honestly kind of appreciate the fact that she was even thinking about it. I'm just worried she's going to become the person that people want to take with them to the end because they know she won't get any votes. I do think that Mitch is a threat, so I don't blame people for debating on if they should vote him out. We get to the first Tribal Council, and I love to see the debate between whether or not you can really play a game of Survivor with integrity. This is something I always go back and forth in my head about. I feel like at the end of the day, the answer is yes, but you can also never play a perfect game where you never lie, cheat, or steal. It's just too hard to do in a game like Survivor. But you do always have your people that you feel like play an honest game. They may not always win, but at least they're known as the heroes of Survivor. We get to the first vote and we see that Mitch blocked Say's vote. I'm really glad he used his block a vote. I was really worried that Mitch was gonna go home. I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was gonna be him, but we saw they chose Say to go home. I feel like this was coming. As Say said, she's the cat with 9 lives, but I think her luck was just pushed too far. Then in our second vote out, we see that Cedric became the first member of the jury. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of think that both tribes just picked the safe vote. I feel like if they really wanted to make big moves and shake up the game, they probably should have voted out Mitch and Shaheen. With that being said, I am glad that Mitch is safe. I wasn't too torn seeing Say or Cedric leave, honestly. But now we actually are officially at the merge. Seems like there's gonna be a lot of arguments next week based off of the preview, so that'll be interesting. All in all, I thought it was a pretty good episode. Honestly, the part that entertained me the most was the challenge. I will say that I'm ready to see people make some big moves. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this recent episode, what you thought about the challenge, if you think they voted out the right people, and any predictions you have for the rest of the season. As always, I will continue watching this season and keeping you updated on my thoughts. Thanks for watching.